Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So, I did make that Bygones video saying it was the best pulse in the game, but after some more deliberation and finding, I think I might have found an even better one. This is the Syncopation 53. This is good news, I guess, for a lot of people who don't have a good Bygones, because this one is just easily craftable, I think just from like the Witch Queen campaign. This is a 390 pulse, so it can just straight up 2-burst people with high enough weapon stat. I did find that it's around 180-ish weapon stats, so not quite as much investment as I had in the Bygones video, which is good, so you can build in other stats. Now, we have moving target here, so we're going to get increased aim assist and strafe speed. Very nice, because the aim assist on this thing is not the greatest. It's 66. Ricochet rounds for more stability and range. We're going to have arrowhead break to max out recoil direction, so it's straight up and down. And this time, we're going to go with Vorpal Weapon. Now, we can go, if we go to D2 Founder here, we can even go something like Headseeker, where we get a little bit more headshot damage after getting some body shots, but I don't know if that'll let you get a 2-burst with a body shot included. So we're gonna go with Vorpal Weapon for some more utility, just so like when supers come up, you can just easily beam down the super with the Vorpal Weapon Syncopation, because this thing already does 2-burst very easily. Obviously, we have 82 stability, ballistics, decent range of 67 because it's a pulse. We're also going to pair it with Dragon Shadow, so we get a passive stability bump, as well as a weapon ready speed buff. Another reason why this pulse is just going to be so dominant is because it has the very powerful Serve Synergy Origin trait, so whenever we reload this weapon, we're going to get a bonus to handling and reduce flinch for a short time. So this thing with basically 100 stability Dragon Shadow, and this thing reducing our flinch as well, we are not going to be taking very much flinch at all, and we have crazy aim assist, so we're going to be hitting those 2-bursts like nothing, especially when supers come up. It's very important that we hit our shots, so being able to beam down the super is going to be very, very strong. We're going to play a Golden Gun Hunter here today instead of Invis, to switch things up. We're going to pair it with the Precipitial Shotgun, and of course with the greatest Hunter exotic in the game, the Dragon Shadow. So that's going to be really it. Let's hop straight in the gameplay.
Control.
Show off our beautiful Syncopation. Again, very, very easy for most players to get. This was a crafted weapon all the way back in Witch Queen. This is one of the few crafted weapons that also doesn't require 5 weapon patterns, I believe. So, beautiful little sights there. I like it. Almost 1 shot or 2 bursts of that guy. Again, the stability on this is ridiculous. It basically doesn't move at all. So I think a lot of people will end up going for this pulse and using it all the time. It's also got that very nice like Hawksaw model from like Destiny 1, if any of you guys remember that. Play Destiny 1. Such a nice feeling and looking pulse rifle to use. Deal with that guy. This thing has got some crazy stats and feels so far. Again, this is going to be a perfect pairing with Dragon Shadow, basically buffing. But we almost 2-bursted him. I think we missed 1 bullet. So again, this thing is like just straight laser beam. Ran down, but we did get the trade. Kind of want to get in some more like open areas so I don't have to just fight people with my shotgun the entire time, but what are you gonna do? Look at that thing. 0 recoil on the Syncopation. It seems that Dragon Shadow Reload also procs Serve Synergy, which is also very nice. So you kind of use your dodge and get the extra flinch resist and handling. Nice little beam right there. He was volatile, so we totally actually got a little chunk of health back. Very nice. A little bit more difficult to aim this thing up close. because the zoom is pretty high, but I mean, that's kind of expected for a pulse. You guys 1 HP, you can finish him off. Perfect. So we turn around. Take on Headglitch has no chance. That's the thing with these pulses, when or like really any weapon with like a time to kill like break with the weapon stat, is that their normal TTK was already like usually pretty good. So even getting like a 3 burst with this pulse is still like a very like competitive time to kill. So if you don't get the 2 burst, you'll still have like a very good chance of winning the duel if you just get that kill at 3 burst rather than 2. All crits right there. The range of this pulse is not quite as much as the bygones I was using because it's another way, but I think its dueling potential is going to be even a little bit better. We got tamed. Just because, again, this thing's going to have... It has the same stability, but also has way more aim assist with moving target. Plus, you can strafe a little bit faster, too, which is pretty nice. Let's back up a little bit. Deal with that guy right there. Back up a little bit. We're going to get teamed if we stay in that building. Challenge right there. Deal with that guy right there. Perfect. That guy's weak. You might even invest a little bit more weapon stats so you can 2 burst from a little bit farther range. That could be good as well. It's crazy how little this weapon... Ooh, bad aim. I was gonna say, it's crazy how little this weapon kicks compared to basically every pulse. But I mean, that is also just Dragon Shadow helping a little bit too. Deal with that guy right there. Deal with that guy right there. Cool. Lose 1 HP. Nice. I've been seeing more and more of these. I initially hadn't even thought about this weapon until I saw some guy in comp using it. Ooh, I think we killed ourselves with the ricochet round. But nice little gun right there. But I saw a couple people using this in comp, and I was looking through the perk pool. I was like, huh, this does have some... This might actually be better than the bygones here. I mean, it's not like the craziest difference. If you like the bygones, like gun model and sights more, you know, bygones is perfectly usable as well. Still a great pulse. But I think this one with like Vorpal weapon and more aim assist is just a little bit better. I think I prefer the sights on this too. It's less like... It doesn't take quite as much of your screen up. I can already tell you, you're gonna match a lot of these in trials and competent play. All crits right there. That guy's 1 HP. Syncopation is just ridiculous. Oh yeah, so Dragon Shadow does proc your Suros energy. So like right there, the Vorpal weapon, each bullet in the burst doing 53 damage. You can really just chunk the supers right there, so the Vorpal weapon proving its worth already. Big damage right there. Yeah, this thing is ridiculous. I mean, you could get a little bit more like base weapon consistency with what's it called? Headseeker, but I think a Vorpal weapon is just gonna be a little bit more valuable. Just so you can deal with people in their super, because there's not really a whole lot of options to deal with super with the limited like special ammo. So I think just having like a Vorpal primer and some team shots definitely significantly increases your chances of dealing with super. So it's very cool that this weapon gets nice little gun right there. It's very nice that this weapon gets a Vorpal, so get some extra utility. And as you can see, like that golden gun, if we full one burst of this, and you're hitting a golden gun for 100 and like damn near 160 damage. So I think you'd probably be able to 3-burst any super with Warp Weapon if you're hitting all crits. And again, because this thing has so much aim assist compared to every other pulse, that's not like an unreasonable thing to do. Especially when people are in their supers like Dawnblade or something, they're playing more in the open with a little bit more confidence. So you can definitely capitalize on that, because not a lot of people are going to expect people to have this a Vorpal primary like this ready. But yeah, this pulse is disgusting. Stop for Goldie. Got our headshot right there, so our Goldie lasts a little bit longer. Deal with that right there, perfect. Now you get some on your mark action. This is also a stasis weapon as well, so you do get like the seasonal mod synergy. Warp Weapon doesn't actually work against well, by the way, but you do get the, what is it, Fever and Chill? It's the mod where you get Frost Armor for hitting sequential crits with your stasis weapon, so it does also have some synergy with that as well.
1 minute. Won't be long now.
Are they all leaving? No, there's snow in here. Dead. Oh, we got stuck.
Power play. Keep
But
the pressure on.
so far, very little shit. We've got 23 final blows in this Crucible match with our
Don't see loss.
Syncopation again. It's just very, very easy to use. Again, if we're not even hitting, you don't even need to hit the 2-burst for it to be a good weapon. Little B+ action.
Zones
262.
controlled. Targets eliminated.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Don't like this tier 1 armor though, Bungie. We'll take the 37 defeats. Great little play. Let's get another match in. Alright, so now we have Twilight Gap. I cranked the weapon stat a little bit just so we can see if the 2-burst is a little bit more consistent. Especially when you get a little bit of damage fall off. We're also going to try the low zoom mod. Especially on like this map. I think the lower zoom will make it a little bit easier to take duels up close. So we're going to try that. We won't really need the extra like stability from ballistics, just because we already have so much stability from this weapon already, and Dragon Shadow, so I think that's what we're going to go with. The extra range as well isn't really going to be super helpful on a map like this, where a lot of these duels are like kind of close up or claustrophobic areas, so. But we'll make hitting our shots a little bit easier with a low zoom mod. Ooh, good little DMT shot from him down there. And this pulse always was like a decent feeling pulse, but now with the weapon stat, it is just not just a decent feeling pulse, but a ridiculous pulse, as we get a nice little 2-burst right there. A little 3-burst right there. And really, as long as you're hitting the 3-burst, your time to kill is competitive. So, like I was really posted up with his Dead Man's Tale. We get a nice little kill right there. Nice little burst right there. Just fell off the map, okay.
Zone advantage is yours.
Oh, we almost got him right there. Yeah, I definitely like the way this low zoom mod is feeling. Doesn't feel like the loss in stability is really noticeable at all. I'm not really moving my mouse if that's like all it does. It's basically perfectly up and down with 100 recoil direction and then crazy stability. And we did not drop. I thought I had a dodge, but I did not. But, and again, as you dodge, you'll get even more stability. botch that grenade. Oh, he just... I guess he wasn't in the stag grip, but did miss our shotgun. Let's look outside. Deal with that guy. Deal with the shotgun. We are definitely dead. Good little char right there. Yeah, this pulse feels amazing to use. I might end up using this a lot in trials. Not like the greatest of pulses, I probably just need a little bit more practice, but... if it's bad and I can't use a hand cannon, then I might just have to bust out the syncopation the entire time. Yeah, so far, at least for me, again, I think the low zoom mod is the way to go. At least for a player like me who likes to get up a little bit more. Take more close range duels. Ooh, shotted him. Scavenger's Fate, huh? I really do need a better roll of this Kevlar shotgun, but I just don't have the power level really to get a higher... I can get a tier 3 version if I do the mythic missions, but... I kind of want to wait till I can get one of the enhanced barrels and whatnot. I guess at least the tier 3 versions would have multiple perk columns, so it would be a little bit easier to get using tier 3 version, but... and I would have to play a good amount of mythic missions. Little shots right there. Little 2 bursts right there. Or definitely touch that Noble Bomb. Let's jump up. The little guns right there. Again, very easy to control with that 100th stability practically, and extra stability from Dragon Shadow. Get that scatter, good scatter from Natural Cause there. Definitely notice the extra flinch resist when you have service energy up. It feels like you're just like shooting through. Feel like you're hitting with like bricks and you're still like not taking any flinch. We'll take the one. We gotta get our health back. Oh, we were barely alive. Let's jump back up. Oh, he's still on the head glitch back there. Take that.
3 minutes left.
That's a well, so we gotta be a little careful about that. Deal with that guy, nice little burst right there. The 2 burst definitely seems a little bit more consistent with higher weapon stats. I think I might just keep it with like the near 200 weapon stat. But I think we're gonna be in another pulse rifle meta, which is unfortunate for a lot of people, including me, who is a hand cannon apologist. But I really think you're going to see these 390 pulses. You're really going to see graviton spike. The thing with the 180 hand cannons is that you do get a really nice fast time to kill, but you don't quite have the same range. So it's not like you can't pull the 3-tap off from like such a safe distance. Like these pulses can pull out a 2-burst from. You can really play like most angles on most maps and get a 2-burst with these hand cannons. Especially in like 3v3 where you're not going to be like when you're like trials and you're playing around like a flag or an objective, you're not going to quite have as much. You're not going to need the range quite as much, I'm thinking. So this thing really put in some good work. I'll take a 32. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the Syncopation 53 gameplay. Again, this thing is pretty ridiculous. Very, very easy to get. I think most players probably already have the pattern for this. Let me actually check the patterns and catalysts. Let me see. Pulses, Syncopation. Yeah, I think this thing only needs one pattern, because all these are saying 5 out of 5, but Syncopation, you only need the one pattern, so very, very easy to get craftable. I would really recommend this moving target Vorpal roll. You could go Head Seeker to make the 2-burst, I guess, a little bit more consistent. But I think the extra utility against supers is going to make this thing really, really strong. And again, you don't really need too much help to get a 2-burst because you already have crazy stability, especially if you're using like Dragon Shadow. This would be good on other classes, but I think Dragon Shadow makes this thing just even more ridiculous with the stability. Already have crazy aim assist. You have perfect recoil direction with Arrowhead. Decent range. If you're on... the mod, I think, is definitely like a personal preference. I think a lot of people are just going to go slap on like ballistics. But I think like even like something like the ammo gen mod isn't horrible. The low zoom mod isn't bad. You go targeting adjuster for even a little bit more aim assist. This one actually gives you a little bit 10 more ammo gen. So I think I guess 45 would be like every 3 kills in PvP, but this to get you special every 2 kills. So abundant ammo would be not horrible either. So a lot of different mod choices you can go with on the Syncopation, but that's really gonna be it for the video, guys. I'll catch you guys next time.